Hey, Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome to Friday. It's FaceTime Friday with Psychic Bob. And this is a show where I meet with people and do live readings. We do on screen, face to face readings. But let me tell you how this goes, okay? To have this show, I've got to have help. I got to have people who want to be on and want to see me. So this week I had a few people send letters and they said they want to be on FaceTime, but then they all canceled out and said, "Oh, I'm busy. I can't do it." So guess what? We have no guests today. But you know what? That's okay because I'm still sharing FaceTime with all of you who are here. And it's so good to see so many of you. It looks like we got Super Saiyans here. Oh, there's Ian. IA is here. Yay. Euphoria is here. Andrea Lopez is here. Hello. Hello to each of you. Good morning. Well, I'm so glad that you guys are here. And, you know, so I thought today, because we don't have any guests, I just want to spend some time with you, just hanging out and talking about some of my mystical thoughts on different things. And I'm not going to do psychic readings today. I want this show to be for, if we're not going to do live face-to-face readings, then I'm going to share the time with you kind of answering mystical questions. So this is not for your private personal readings today, but we can talk about Wicca or witchcraft or, anything spiritual. And I thought, whatever happens on Friday, happens on Friday, I'm disappointed that all the people canceled on me today. I had 5 people lined up and not one of them showed up. They all canceled. But that's all right. They missed their chance to hang out with Psychic Bob. And guess what? The people that really want to hang out with Psychic Bob are here in the chat. So I am so glad to see you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Angie Clevenger, hi, darling. Angie says, I love your hair. Thank you. My hair's getting long. I've been getting a lot of letters from people all over the country and all over the world, really, who are writing and saying, Bob, I love your hair long. You should keep going with that. So I think I am. I may get it trimmed just a little bit because it's just getting a little out of control. But I might keep this kind of long hair look, I'm enjoying it. So we'll see. Super Saiyan says, when will you cut your hair? Also, what do you think about cosmic witches? Well, when I'll cut my hair as soon as I can get a new hair salon. Oh my gosh. Hi, Amy Diana. Good to see you. Amy Diana's here from Scotland. So the thing is, because of the lockdowns, some of the salons in my area have permanently shuttered they're gone out of business. And this is why I'm against the lockdowns. I'm not convinced it's really saving society. That's my personal view. I'm trying to stay out of politics today. But I've seen a lot of small business owners really hurt. I am fortunate in this case in that my business was already pretty much moved all online before all of this happened. I used to have a few years ago a live office in Old Town Alexandria in the business district, where I would receive people and do readings and teach classes. But it's interesting, over the years, a lot of even my local clients got to the point to where they said, say, Bob, can we just do a phone session? Because I don't want to drive downtown, So the Spirit Tea Room says, don't cut your hair, Bob, all in caps. It's gorgeous on. Thank you. I'm lucky at my age to have hair. So I do celebrate having hair. And believe me, I don't take it for granted. Thank you for your kind comments. And wow, Ian just came up with a great idea. He said, you should come to New York City and do spirit rescue at the 9/11 memorial. Oh, that's intense. Yes. By the way, I can't really talk about 911 today because they said it's so sensitive, they're going to demonetize me. So we're not going to talk about it. It's a shame because today is a day of great reflection and sorrow for those of us who lived through the events. But I've been notified by YouTube that I'm not allowed to talk about it. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry about that, and I like your idea. But where was I going? I have like 20 different thoughts going. Anyways, but it's just good to be here with you. So today I wanted just to, before we answer any other questions or anything, um, I want to share with you some thoughts, some things I've been meditating on. The last few days I've been in a reflective place. And I think it's sometimes good to withdraw from the world and just be alone a little bit to reflect. And one of the things I've been reflecting on is I have a tradition that I do, which is I like to meditate on the tarot cards. And I have two cards here that I've been using the last few days for my meditation practice. And this is the King and Queen of Wands. And I love these cards. One, they're just beautiful. There's the Queen of Wands. Isn't she just lovely? She's very goddess-like. And here's the King of Wands, and he's very godlike. But I love these cards because for me, they have a great metaphysical meaning. First of all, I love the magic tool of the wand. Here's one of my newer wands. I got this about 2 months ago. It's a hand-carved wand. Isn't it beautiful? I collect wands. I probably have about 30 or 40 wands, but this is one of my new ones. And so as I've been working with the tool of the wand, I've been realizing how beautiful of a tool it is, how elegant. Wands are elegant and they command great power, yet they're very simple. And with wands, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the kind of minimalist philosophy. As you know, I'm working towards minimalism in my life. And wands are very simple. Okay, they're a simple tool, yet they they hold great power, is what I'm trying to say. And so this is my little wand. Now, what's interesting is in the tarot, the Rider-Waite Coleman Smith tarot, these are actually staffs or staves. They're not little ones, but the staff, the Wiccan staff, like I carry, here's my staff behind me here. Can you guys see this? When I go out walking, I carry this big staff. And the staff is actually simply a giant wand. Because as a Wiccan, when I carry this, this is for me, a tool of power. I use it, I raise it into the air. I call spirits. I worship the Sun Lord and the Moon Lady, the Sky Father and the Earth Mother. And so our staves, our walking staves, are also a form of wand. So I think actually my personal belief, and I haven't really read this, but I'm curious if any of you know, I believe that the ancient witches, the druids, the magic workers actually started with staves because they had to walk everywhere. And I think in time, they shrunk it down to smaller wands. Just some thoughts I've been thinking about this week as I've been, meditating on these cards. And so I wanted just to share with you my thoughts about the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So we'll start with the King of Wands. Okay. And hey, you will never be my kings here. Yay, good to see you. Hi, Jessica. So, anyways, hi, Super Sad. No, I'm not going to do any readings today. I'm taking a break from readings today. But I will answer questions about magic or mysticism. So I will get to questions in a little while. But the King of Wands for me is one of my kind of mystical power cards. And what I like to do is I'll take this card and I might hold my wand and I will literally use this as an astral doorway. And if you sit and meditate on the tarot, you can use it as a doorway to go into the card. And sometimes I'll go in and I'll see the King of Wands and I'll have a conversation with him. And I might bring my wand with me. Like I brought my new wand recently and I asked him to bless it. It was interesting. He said to me, touch your wand to my wand. And so when I touched my wand, this one I felt power enter my wand. So he helped bless and empower my new wand. So the King of Wands will help you with wand magic. And if you're looking to kind of connect to the energy of of that magical tool. So I just want to bring it to you because I love the King of Wands. He's a very kind soul. In the tarot, he's considered a benevolent being, a being of compassion, wisdom, and goodness. So you can call on the King of Wands. I have a personal belief that the tarot actually is infused with magic. Because people say, I do these, not just me, but anybody who works with tarot, you do these readings and they're amazing. They reveal stuff, they're accurate. And people say, how is it? I said, well, I think that whoever designed the tarot infused in it ancient secrets and ancient magic so that anybody who works with the tarot will have a mystical experience. My personal belief. So this is our King of Wands. And if you're looking to explore your own magical abilities, your own working with ritual tools, this might be something you might want to explore. And so just choose this card, put it up, and let it be your astral doorway. Just go into it, feel it, know it, experience it in a three-dimensional way. I think you'll be amazed at what comes out of that, you see. Yes, Pamela Coleman Smith did these drawings. They call this deck the Rider-Waite Tarot because Rider was the publisher, and then Arthur Waite was the person who actually developed the whole series of the cards. But Pamela Coleman Smith was the actual artist who did the drawings. And she was never really acknowledged. In fact, I found out that she was paid very little for her artwork in those days. And when the Rider-Waite deck during her lifetime never really took off. And it wasn't until its revitalization, it came back in the 1960s, that it really boomed. And she never did get the money I think she was due for this, but her artworks are amazing. So the other card that goes with this is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a beautiful queen. And like the King of Wands, she's also a person of magic. She works with wands and, that tool. You might even think of the broom as well as a form of a wand, But if you notice here, she's sitting on her throne and she has in her other hand a sunflower. And this is a flower meaning of hope, of new beginnings. And so the Queen of Wands reminds us that even when it seems dark, that there's always hope eternal. She's very much a representative of the goddess, the great goddess. And so you'll notice down here at her feet sits a cat. And I think it's no coincidence that a cat is there because I think that kind of implies that she's a magical person, like a witch. And so she holds her magic staff. She has her familiar, her cat with her, and she holds up to us the beautiful sunflower. Now, also the sunflower represents the Sun Lord. So it's kind of like her union with the Sun Lord. And so she's a glorious figure and also considered a wonderful and benevolent figure, So, anyways, yeah, I want to bring these up to you because I think that if you want to work on your magical self, taking the tarot and just choosing a card and reflect on. So, like I spent like 2 days reflecting on the Queen of Wands and really delving into it. And what you want to do is really sit down and go, like as I said, go into it three-dimensionally. Feel it, know it, talk to her. I'm telling you, I've had some of this amazing visionary experiences. I tell people, I say, you don't need to do drugs. Just go into a tarot card. You'll have all the trip that you want to have. I'm telling you, I swear to God, there is magic infused in these cards. There really is. But the King and Queen of Wands, some of my favorite cards, very mystical, very powerful. So as I said, I've been out walking with my staff and reflecting on these cards. And I had consecrated my new little wand through the King of Wands. And so it's very, very powerful, And I want to come here today just to kind of share that with you, Oh, hey, Amber is here, Violin Viola Masterclass. She says, I love the Two of Discs, the Thoth deck, the change card. It's awesome. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar. that much with the talk deck. I know about it, but I haven't really worked with it. So that's really cool, you know. Maybe if you come to class Saturday, you could bring that card for me to see, okay? Oh, by the way, speaking of classes, this Saturday, which is what's tomorrow, is it really Friday? I can't believe it's already Friday. Amber Violin Viola Masterclass says, there's totally is magic in those cards. Yes, there are. The tarot cards definitely are infused with magic. Anyway, speaking of Saturday, for those of you who don't know, I'm teaching a class every Saturday. It's going to be held via Zoom, and it's a 2-hour seminar, it's 2-hour training class. It's psychic development. And last week we had a really great class. We talked about working with earthbound spirits. We had a great turnout. I want to say thank you to all of you who were part of that. And we're going to continue this week on a little, it's going to kind of be a tangent off of that, which is going to be on portals. Hi, Kirsten S. No, today I'm not going to be doing readings because the people canceled out on me who were supposed to be on the show. But I am going to be taking questions about magical things or spiritual topics in just a little while. So I hope you'll stay with us, Kirsten. Right now we're talking about tarot. I was talking about these cards, and we're talking about psychic development. So this Saturday we're having a class. Now the price for the class I do charge because this is professional level training, and it's 2 hours. Where are you going to get 2 hours of professional training for only $30? That's right. I'm charging $30 for the class. But, you know, that's practically giving it away because I tell you, a lot of psychics at my level charge a lot more. I could easily charge $300 a seminar and people would pay it. But I don't want to do that because I think that's just getting greedy. But I'm doing the class. It'll be Saturday for $30. And if you want to register for that, go to my website right down here, virtual appointing, PsychicBob.com. And when you scroll down, you'll see a header that says Psychic Development. And down below that will be a PayPal button. So if you click on that PayPal button, that'll put you into PayPal. You can enter your information and make your payment. That will be your registration. Just save your certificate or your receipt. It'll email you the receipt. And I will get a notice that you've registered, and that will be your registration. You don't have to do anything else. What I'm going to do is I'll add you to the class roster when I get your payment. And then on Saturday morning around 11:30, I will send, maybe a little later, sometimes it's 11:45, but between 11:30 and 12, I will send out an email to all of you who are registered. And it'll have a link in it for Zoom. And all you got to do is click on that link and it'll bring you right into the classroom. You don't have to download Zoom. You don't have to set it up on your computer. You don't have to do anything. Just click on the link, okay? All right, Kirsten, just hold on to your questions. I'll get to them, okay? But so if you, if you want to be in that class, you need to register today. I'm going to cut off registration tonight about 9 p.m. Eastern time. Now, if you're in California and you're working and you say, well, Bob, I'm not going to be home till 9 o'clock your time tonight. Can I still register? Yeah, you can register. I'll still get it. But try if you can to register earlier because I need to finalize the class lists and have the head count and have everything ready for the morning. So, you know, what I'm trying to avoid is that on Saturday morning at 1 minute before class, I get 30 registrations because I won't be able to get you in the class. So please register today if you can, okay? And I would love to have you there. We had a really great group last. We had a lot of good questions. It was an intense class. We covered a lot of stuff. And I'll tell you, people say 2-hour class, that's a long class. But I'm telling you, we hardly get through all the information that I give. I give a solid 2 hours of information. And any of you have been there know that Psychic Bob's not just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. I cover a lot of stuff. Not only do I teach you the theory behind the spiritual principles we're working on, we actually do group exercises in the class to kind of learn how to do the skills. So I teach people how to open the spirit door. I teach people how to access their psychic power. And we do exercise and we do feedback. And the class is really great because we help each other learn. You know, people say, well, you know, Bob, when I did this exercise, I didn't get the experience that, you know, John Smith had. I got a different experience. And so John Smith shares his experience and Sally Joe shares hers. And we learn from each other. And what's interesting is the insights we get. We're like, wow, you know, like we learn things. I'm learning too. I learn from everybody in class. And I'll tell you, people ask me such good questions in that class. So I would like to invite you to come out this Saturday it's at 12 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So in the United States or Canada, it'll be 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central time, 10 a.m. Mountain time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. For those of you in Europe, it'll be 5 p.m. London time, 6 p.m. Paris time. Okay, so this Saturday, I would love for you guys to come and join. Go over to my website, psychicbob.com, and register there through the PayPal button, okay? That's the best way to do it. Ian says, Gadsby's Tavern has a female stranger ghost. I read about him in Hauntings. Ian, I live literally just like 10 minutes away from Gadsby's Tavern, and it is truly haunted. I've actually seen physical apparitions there. It's amazing. Yes, it's very haunted. Yeah. So, anyways, it's so good to have you here. And, oops. Okay. So, anyways, I'm glad everybody's here. And I hope that you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on the tarot cards. I may eventually do a special seminar all about tarot. That could literally be a 2-hour class and teach you all my techniques for tarot and do all of that. So, tell me, in the chat or in the comments box, would you like me to do a whole class on tarot? I don't know if I want to do it as part of psychic development class or as a separate class. Anyways, just tell me your thoughts on it. See, our psychic development class is more based on spiritualism and mediumship. So I think that this would be a special class outside of that, special seminar. D3 Light 3D. Hey, it's good to see you. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. Yay. Ian says, yes, please teach tarot techniques. And Lady Carol said, yes. He says, I would love tarot classes. Ken Osborne. Okay, well, good. Well, let me look at my calendar. And in the next few weeks, I'll put together something and we'll have a course on it. I've got to pull some of my, I've been teaching psychic development for like 30 years, literally. And I have class stuff that's prepared. I got to go find my notes and probably update some of it and restructure. It's going to take me a little while. But in the next few weeks, we will do that. Silverman says, can you teach us Wicca and paganism too, Bob? Actually, Silverman, that's something I'm looking at as well. But I'm not going to charge for Wiccan classes because in the Wiccan faith, it's tradition that we do not charge. But I'm talking with Lady Angela. We may do a class where we do like a Wicca 101 for people who want to learn about Wicca. And that I will not charge. I'm not going to charge for that, I don't believe, because I receive my training for free. And it is the tradition of the craft that for those who are very serious, that you do not charge them, So if I do a Wiccan class, that will be, hopefully I'll do that before the year is over. Just depends on some scheduling stuff right now. But yeah, I would like to do that, okay? So anyways, I am just glad you guys are here. And you will never be my king said, I've just come back from surgery and I'm in agony. Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. Everybody send prayers to her. You will never be my king. Okay. Blessings to you, darling. All right. Laura Doss says she'd love a Wicca class. Well, I'm glad that you guys are interested in all this stuff because I'm trying to bring stuff to you guys that will help educate you. Hold on, my hair's getting long. I comb my hair back here. And will educate you and be entertaining as well. Now, of course, despite all the classes, we're still going to have our everyday videos. So, here at Spiritual, I put out a video pretty much every day, 7 days a week. So, and people are asking me about horoscopes. Back when it gets, a little later in the fall when it cools down and I can't go out as much, we'll start back with horoscopes. But for right now, I'm just taking a break. But usually Monday we do horoscopes. Tuesday we do live messages from the spirit world. Wednesday we do Wiccan Wednesday, where I teach a magical spell or a technique. Thursday we do Vlog Thursday, where we go somewhere. Friday we have FaceTime Friday, where I do live face-to-face readings. And then Saturday's usually our Saturday seance, or because the weather's been nice, we're doing nighttime walks. So I'm having a little break from channeling. I've been doing so much work lately that, I've changed up our schedule just a little bit. But, I try to make it a point to be here with you. Even if we can't do everything we always do, at least I get to be with you guys. And that's fun. Hey, Davy Jan's here all the way from Israel. Good to see you, David. Hey, David, by the way, I want to tell you, remember what we talked about my video with you being censored? Well, I filed a protest with YouTube, and they backed down. They remonetized the video that you appear in. So anyways, I have to tell you, last week, FaceTime Friday was censored by YouTube. And I don't even know if I should even talk about why, but it was a political reason. I was accused, if you saw last week's video, I was accused of being, unsympathetic towards certain political groups. As we know, YouTube is a very leftist agenda, and I showed support for a certain country and a certain group of people that I feel very close to. And YouTube didn't like my political stance, so they demonetized me. Well, I filed a protest. They reviewed it. We had discussion. The money's restored, but I lost all the revenue because you make your most money on videos when it first launches and the view count climbs. Well, I lost all that revenue, but the fact is it's still getting some revenues. But anyways, this is the world we live in, and anyways, David, I was honored that you were here. I thank you for being here and taking the time to be on the show. And you know what? I was going to bat for you and for your cause. David, I hope you don't mind saying, but David is in the military and he's defending, his country. And I wanted to acknowledge that. And YouTube thought that by my acknowledging his service, they didn't like his country and what he did. So they tried to take my money away. But I told David I'm going to go to bat, and I fought it and I won. So David, I'm honored to let you know that you were a great inspiration for me last week, and I'm standing up to this tyranny that we're under, But I am so glad you guys are here, And Ian's happy about you. Yes, Ian, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I wish I could give details. All I can say is if you don't understand this, go watch last week's FaceTime, and you'll figure out what political stuff I said that was not acceptable by YouTube standards. There was nothing offensive, Sweet Sonia G says, I'm a baby witch just starting my path. I would love to take a tarot class. All right, well, it sounds like you guys really want a tarot class. And I think, I'm not saying this to Brett, but I think you'll get a lot out of my tarot class because I don't teach the standard way of reading the cards. I have my own techniques. And I think you might find my teachings and interpretation of the cards to be a little different than what you'll get anywhere else. I think you'll find it easier. I can literally tell you that after one class with me of tarot, you will be able to read the tarot and accurately, And and I'm telling you, you will be able to do it. Okay. So, yay. David just says, Bob, you're absolutely the best. Well, thank you, David. And again, I stand by my appreciation for your service. No, we're not saying what country, what unit, what military. We're just saying you're doing service to the world. So I'm so glad you guys are here. Apple Goblin says YouTube does like to micromanage and patronize its users. Isn't that true? I'm telling you. Anyways, so do any of you have any spiritual questions? I'm not going to answer private readings today because I'm just taking a break from that. Now, like as I said earlier, if you want to see FaceTime Friday, a lot of you got excited saying it's so cool. I need you guys to help me with that, you know? And so that means you need to send me an email before, you know, like a day before the show at least. And, you know, let me know you want to be on. I know a lot of you get shy. Some people said, I'm scared I won't go on, and they canceled out. And I understand, but, you know, we can't have a show unless I had the participation. So we're not going to have FaceTime Friday if I don't get any letters. We're going to switch it to something else. But a lot of you say how much you enjoy this. So I need your support. And I'm just going to say in all honesty, if you want to be on the show, I need you to commit to it, because when people just all at the last minute quit, it ruins the program, you know. So that's why we don't have a show today, or at least what we're playing, because everybody had signed up quit. So Gav said, Bob, you're a top geezer. I'm so glad I found spiritual. Gav, thank you. I'm a geezer. I'm a right geezer, aren't I, Gav? By British standards. What's the Cockney say? Cool blimey, right? Cool blimey. I'm a geezer. You're so great. Andrea Lopez. Well, if you want to be on the show, just send me an email to my email, PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. That link will be below this video after it processes. Or go to my website. It's my emails over there too, PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. Okay. So Jessica asked me, she says, will you share any secrets about the tarot card, the Magician? Yes, Jessica, I have actually a lot to share about the Magician card. And I'm going to talk about a lot of the other cards too, because they all have secret meanings that you will never get in a book. So yes, we're going to talk about that. And that class, I'm thinking about it, that tarot class may have to be more than one class. It might be like 2 or 3 classes. But I would love to teach that, since you guys want to do that. So let me put together my notes and look at my old stuff and revamp it. And I'll let you guys know in the coming days when we're going to plan that. Okay, so I'll let you know before the next week, or by next week, I should say, what we're going to do with that. Okay. Now I am going to charge for the tarot class, because I have to be honest, it takes a lot of work for me to prepare all that. And it is a professional skill, because what I teach you, you will be able to actually go and do readings with and make money. As some of you want to be professional psychics. And I think that's wonderful, you know, because I say the world needs more psychics. But, you know, you have to understand that if you're going to get professional training, I think that, you know, it's fair to compensate me, because I've spent a lot of years developing my skills and investing in my training and development. So you need to, if you're serious, you want to invest in your development, you need to put some energy behind that. So I will charge. It's not going to be a lot of money, probably $30, just like my psychic development. But I think most of you could probably save up, if you're tight on money, and come up with that for a class. And so I will charge for it, but it's going to be a really good class too. And you will get a lot. And those of you who have taken my psychic development know, and I know a few of you are here, I put a lot of energy into my teaching. Ian, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do I put a lot of energy into my classes? Ian's in all my classes. He knows. Ian, tell everybody, do I put a lot of energy into my classes? Is it worth the money? I think it's worth the money. So watch Ian, because Ian will tell you the truth, and I don't slack off. Kirsten S. says, what do you suggest to start becoming Wiccan? You know, one of the things I think would, Kirsten, to become a Wiccan is you want to first start with reading. I think reading will give you a beginning. This is a book that I'm going to recommend. This is called Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner by Scott Cunningham. I always have this on my desk. I've been reading this book for 20-some years, and I still always come back to it because it's just a great book. This gave me my beginning in Wicca, and I like it because it makes you feel like Scott Cunningham. is literally just sitting and talking with you. And I like his approach to the craft because it's not dogmatic. It's not like you must do this and you have to. He's like, this is some ways to look at this, and this might work for you. And I find it very non-dogmatic and very non-threatening and very non-doctrinal. And that is what drew me to the craft, because, there are enough religions in the world where we've got all of this, you have to, thou shalt, you must. Wicca should not be like that. Wicca is about people who have freedom of their spirit. And Scott Cunningham's style of teaching, I think, really brings to you that freedom that the craft has. He captures it in his writings. And I think it will be very inspirational. So here's the book, Wicca, Guide for the Solitary. Start with that. That'll give you a good primer to get moving on how to become a Wiccan. In that book, it walks you through exercises as well that you can start. Like it says, like after a certain point, it says, maybe you should try setting up an altar. And it teaches you how to do the most simple of altars. But as you develop through the book, it shows you how to expand on that when you feel ready. So the book doesn't overwhelm you like you have to go out and buy all your ritual tools. It just literally teaches you through daily experiences and how you can become a Wiccan without even spending hardly any money at all, really. Like one of the exercises he says is get up every day and watch the sunrise and connect to the sun, or watch the sunset. I'm better at sunsets because I'm not a morning person. He says, watch the moon rise, He says, try to go out in times of day where the sun and the moon are at the same time. Have you ever been out and you can see the moon in the sky during the day? He said, that's the interplay of the Lord and the Lady. So looking at the world through a Wiccan perspective and making the time to go explore that will make you start to become a Wiccan. Okay, but start with that book. I think you will thank me for the rest of your life. I've done, in fact, if you want to learn more about the book, if you look in my video queue, just go to my channel and then in the section where you can search the videos, search for, Wicca Guide for the Solitary. My videos will come up about it. But that will get you going, okay? And as I said, hopefully we're going to start a Wiccan class here as well. And I'm not charging for the Wiccan class, okay? Okay. Nicola said, Nicola, which is you will never be my king. By the way, her name is Nicola. Hope you don't mind me saying that, Nicola. She said, you recommended that book to me ages ago. I downloaded from Google Play Store. Okay, I didn't know you could download it. Really cool. I'd recommend this is my personal belief, and I know it's not environmentally friendly, but I'd get a print copy too, because this is something you want to keep with you in your bag. Mine's kind of worn. This is like my third copy because I keep wearing it. I use it all the time, and I quote from it, and Gav Hines says, I got that book, Bob. It's awesome and explains so easily. Yeah, it's very easy to follow. It's relaxing and fascinating. It'll inspire you. Ian says, Bob, you should come to Jerusalem. Me and David will show you all the haunted places. Ooh, I'd love that. Oh, I would love that. I want to go to the places where Jesus walked as well, and I want to go to the mystical places where there were, a lot of historical events. Oh, I think I'd love Israel, Yeah, that'd be fun. Us three in Israel together. Oh my gosh, I'd love that. I got to get my passport renewed. Let's pray to God I can do that. Because if this political climate and me being a targeted person, I don't know if I can get a passport now. But let's pray to God I will. Yay. Hi, Marcela Vega. Listen, I just got to be honest. I'm not answering personal questions today, okay? We're going to do that on Sunday. On Sunday, I'll take personal chat questions. Today, I'm answering any magical questions or spiritual questions of a general nature, okay? Violin Viola Masterclass says, Scott Cunningham has a book called Wicca in the Kitchen. Do you know what, Violin Viola or Amber? I'm not sure that I've seen that one. I've almost read almost all of his books, but I just ordered a book from him on Hawaiian magic as well. Scott Cunningham also loved Hawaii, had a great connection with the goddess Pele. And he went there and he did Huna magic. Huna is a form of mysticism. It relates to Hawaiian magic. I've actually got some books coming on Huna as well. So I think the ancient Huna religion, the Wicca, share a lot in common. But I'm not familiar, Amber, with Wicca in the kitchen. I need to check that out. Thank you for telling me about that. Gav Hines says, we need you in the UK too, Bob. Tell you, Gav, if I get my way, I'm going to move to the UK. Seriously? I'm not joking when I say I have always considered the UK my second home. So I would love to be back there. We'll see, how the future goes. There's a lot up in the air right now. All right, here's a good question. The Spirit Tea Room. Question, can trance channeling be damaging to your nervous system, or is that only deep trance physical mediumship? Blessings, Bob XO. Spirit Tea Room, it can actually be damaging, yes, to your nervous system if you are not working with guides that have your back. Because if you just let any spirit come into your body, it could create chaos. This is why I tell people, don't trance channel until you have a guide that you implicitly trust. Fletcher, that I work with, I implicitly trust. That's why I let him regulate the spirits that come in and out of my body, and he protects me. So you need to have a strong rapport with a guide, because it can damage your body. And if you channel too often or too long, it can damage your body. So yes, it can be. That's why it's not something you play around with. I am going to be teaching later on a class on trance channeling as part of the psychic development class, and I'll let you know about that, okay? Cool Games for you. Hi, Cool Games. Bob, my question is, do you have any recommendations for channeling spirit guides? Well, like I said earlier, you want to really spend your time in connecting to a guide first. Don't channel until you have a strong rapport, okay? Really know your guide, because you're giving up control of your physical body. I mean, think about it this way. If you go to a hospital, how many of you ever been in an emergency room and they tell you, just lay back, we're going to work on you? Even though you know you're safe because you've got doctors, it's still scary knowing that you're just sitting there vulnerable. The doctors might cut you or stitch you, and you can't prevent. You just have to let it happen. Well, that's kind of how it is with channeling, is that you got to just let them do what they want to do, and that requires a high level of trust. So don't jump into channeling until you have a high level of trust, okay? Anyways, I hope that answers a little bit your question. As I said, it's a complex process, and I'm going to teach a whole class on that, okay? Yeah. Nicola says, I picked up an old witchcraft book up in the charity shop for 50p from 1970. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh. Hey, let me ask you, Nicola, was it by a woman named, oh gosh, now I'm blanking the name. Sybil Leek, that's it. I knew I'd think of it. There was a woman that was very big in Britain. She was a British witch named Sybil Leek back in the 60s and 70s. I'm curious if it's a Sybil Leek book, because anything Sybil Leek writes, I love it. She's a great witch. She's deceased now, but she did some amazing stuff in helping the craft come to more public attention during that time period. Yay. Gav says, be great to go for a good night out with you, Bob. Oh, yeah, let's do a pub crawl, Gav. Oh, my gosh. Did y'all even know what a pub crawl is? Do they still do that? I might be showing my age, but back when I lived in England, we used to do a pub crawl. And what you do is you get a group of people and you do a whole night of going from one pub. So you go to a pub, you have a drink, you go to another pub, you have another drink, and you try to cover as many pubs as you can in the night. And by the time of the end of the pub crawl, everybody's totally wasted, but having a great time. Everybody stumbles home, not half drunk, pretty much usually pretty drunk. Some of us crawled home. I was never one that crawled. I could walk. I was pretty good at holding my liquor, actually. But yeah, pub crawls are kind of fun now and then. I wouldn't recommend it every weekend, but it used to be a British tradition when I was there. So any of my Brits here, tell me, do you guys still have the culture of doing the pub crawl? Do you even know what I'm talking about? Anyways, 50p, by the way, is a great book. Is a great price for a book on witchcraft. Heck yeah. Okay. All right. Super Saiyan, I'm not going to answer personal questions today. Okay. So we're going to do that on Sunday. All right. So, oh my God. Nicola, you will never be my king, just said, that would be fab, Gav. A trip to Louis Vuitton when I win the lottery, like to take Bob for his favorite bag. Oh, you guys are too sweet to me. By the way, I forgot to show you my shirt today. Nicola wants to take me to Louis Vuitton, buy me a Louis Vuitton bag. You are too kind. You guys are the best. Anyways, I love Louis Vuitton. I also love Gucci. It's a toss-up. I like them both pretty much equally. But I found, which I thought I lost in my laundry bag. You know, I have this laundry bag. Actually, I have like 2 laundry bags. Don't ask me why. Sometimes when I'm lazy, I throw my clothes in one laundry bag or another, depending on what my mood is. But anyways, I somehow threw this shirt in a different bag than my laundry bag. Don't ask me why. But I found my Gucci shirt. This is one of my Gucci shirts. It's got the snake on it. Isn't that cool? So I'm wearing Gucci. I am not being endorsed by Gucci, but I do love Gucci clothes and items. Also, as much as Louis Vuitton. So I'm wearing my Gucci shirt today, and I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that. Okay, so there you go. Second Bob wearing his Gucci and styling. Oh, by the way, let me show you my jewelry today too. So I'm wearing today my I. I don't know if you can see this. This is the letter I. It's for Lord Iceon. My title is Lord Iceon. I hold the title Lord of Iceon, but I'm addressed as Lord Iceon. So that I is done in sterling silver that I wear. And I also put on my chain today this zirconia. It looks like a diamond. It's not a real diamond. I wish it were a real diamond. This is a 5-carat stone. So I'm wearing today this stone and the initial pendant for my title. So I got my jeweled sterling eye pendant on today. Isn't that cool? So that's what I'm wearing. Oh, and I'm also wearing my Psi Sin bracelet. If you didn't see Wednesday's video, I did a whole video on the magic of the Psi Sin. Psi Sin means holy thread. It's a Thai ritual. That was on Wednesday this week. If you didn't see it, go back and check it out. I'm also wearing my Feng Shui wealth bracelet with a Piju, which means a golden dragon bracelet today. So that's all my jewelry, okay? All right. Oh, my gosh. So many questions. Oh, my goodness. Violin Viola Masterclass. How do you protect yourself from energy vampires like ghosts or spiritual beings that feed off your energy? You know what you want to do, Violin or Amber, is well, you want to shield yourself. The best thing to do is to visualize white light surrounding you, like a bubble of light or an outline of your body in white light. That will raise your own vibration. It pushes back negativity, and that will help shield you. The other thing I recommend is wear a consecrated item. All of my jewelry, everything I wear is sacred. It's been consecrated on my altar. And so that'd be a whole class on how to consecrate items. But basically the idea is that you invoke deity to infuse power into objects, particularly jewelry that then you wear as also a shield against negativity. Okay. So I hope that helps a little bit. Good question. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know where this hour's gone. I tell you, it's been flying by today, Gab says, I'm wearing a pendant of the Archangel Caziel. See, now that will shield you as well, Gab. That's wonderful. See? Jessica says, love that snake shirt. Yeah, oh, look at that. She sent me a snake emoji. I've never seen a snake emoji. Love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got on my Gucci snake shirt today. Cool Games for You says, we could be a rapper duo, Bob. LOL. I'm the original gangster. I'm Bobby B. I'm the original gangster. Let us see. We're going to rap it. We're going to tap it. We're going to rap it. Woo! Who says I can't rap? Oh my goodness gracious. Nicola, oh, that's Gab's talking to Nicola. Gab told Nicole, he says, I love real ale, proper old beer. Gab, that's my favorite also. I love a good pale ale. You know, oh, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, that's nice. Jean Kennedy's here from Scotland, and she says, loving your jewelry. Very nice spot. Thank you, Jean. I love jewelry. I'm a jewelry addict. I have cases of jewelry. I have more than I need, but I love it anyways. You know, since I decided to become minimalist, like I'm literally gutting my house, and it's a long process. But when it's done, I'm going to have a beautiful house, which I'll show you. Right now, it's a disaster still. But the one area of my life I'm not going to ever be minimalist, and I've decided it, is jewelry. But because jewelry is so small, I can have an awful lot of it. It really won't take up that much space, you know. Um, think how many pieces of jewelry you can get just in a shoebox, okay? So you can see you can get a lot of jewelry and not take up a lot of space. Anyway, Jessica says, would you paint a snake for one of your personal art shirts? Actually, Jessica, thank you for bringing that up, because I do forget to tell people I do have art shirts available. And below this video there, I have a merchandise store. I think I will probably paint a snake at one point. I haven't done so up till now because Gucci has been using the symbol a lot. And I thought if I put out a shirt, people say I'm copying Gucci. So I'm waiting until the Gucci trend dies down, and then I'll come out with my own version of it. But I do love snakes. One of my first spirit totems was a giant cobra. I literally had like a 15-foot long cobra. It was like 3 feet wide that appeared to me and was one of my protector spirits. So I've always had a love of snakes, and I think having a snake shirt would be fun. So yeah, I will do that eventually. But in the meantime, definitely check out my paintings in my shirts below, okay? We're working on my website. I've had some issues with it, so I will soon again start to release paintings. I've taken a little break from painting simply because my reading schedule has been so full. I literally haven't been able to finish painting. So I'm getting back to all this as we get towards winter, okay? But in the meantime, go to my merchandise store, my YouTube merchandise store below this video, and check out my shirts. When you go into the actual shirts, it also has my interpretation of the painting and the history behind it, what it means, what inspired me. So if you want to learn about my art, visit that store and read about, the paintings on each shirt, okay? Yay! So, hi, Mystic Rose. I'm really sorry about Oregon. This is another topic I can't talk about because it's considered tragic and political, and I'll be censored. What's really sad is as a spiritual teacher, I would like to spend times addressing real sorrow in the world. But YouTube has basically said, if you do that, we're yanking you. Your channel's gone. We'll shut you down. So, freedom of speech is gone. Anyways, I'm sorry. My heart is with people of Oregon. That's all I can say. I can't even describe the situation. Yay. Hi, Charmala. Listen, bring your question on Sunday. I'm not doing private readings today, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not doing, I need a break from it. But if you come Sunday, I'll see if I can do that for you, okay? Thank you so much. Well, guys, listen, we are about at our hour. I don't know where the time is. I just blink, But I am so glad that you're here. And Mystic Rose, are you the Rose that I know? You have a husband named Jack? I didn't realize that was you. I will call you a little later today. I have been literally maxed out on my schedule. I've been in a lot of meetings. I've got business stuff going on, and I've also been recovering from injuries. I was injured severely the last 2 days. So I will call you, okay? I haven't forgotten you. I also just need to tell you that for you, Rose, that I didn't get your messages on the phone. All I got was a garbled thing. I couldn't even tell if it was you until I checked the number. So I don't know what you were calling about, but I will call you a little later today, okay? I haven't forgotten you. Sorry about this. Anyways, you guys are the best. Listen, don't forget, go over to PsychicBob.com today and sign up for my psychic development class. Click the PayPal button, enter your information, and be at the class on Saturday. We're going to have a great time. I hope you'll join us. And I'm looking forward to it. And so be back here tomorrow on Saturday. We're going to have our psychic development class well, I won't be here. It'll be on Zoom. But tomorrow night, we'll probably do another late night walk. I've got a really full day tomorrow too. So we'll probably do another late night walk and go out and maybe do some scrying and see what's going on. So I hope you'll join us back here tomorrow. You guys, thank you for being here. Listen, if you want to have FaceTime with Bob, send me an email this week and, we'll get you on. My email, PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. That'll be below this video as well, or at my website. You guys are the best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Until then, may all of you always... Oh, one more thing I forgot to say. Yesterday, we had an awesome vlog. I forgot to talk about this. I went out and ate sushi, and I danced in the rain. So if you want to see that, that's in the queue right before this one. We'll be back here tomorrow. Until then, may all of you blessed be.